Hello and welcome back to another episode of Big Points Theory, where the theories are all made up.
But it's only the points that matter.
And I'm your host, Points Master Utz, and I'm joined by...
Suj, high score.
So, this week we're going to be talking about Game Week 5. And, well, let's not waste any time. Let's go straight to our captain picks.
Yes, let's do that.
Right. So, we've actually picked who we thought our top 5 picks. So, Suj, let's go through them one at a time. Starting with Sergio Aguero, aka Kun. What can you tell me?
Yeah.
What's your reason for picking him?
Well, look, even though he's only scored most of his goals in this one game in the season, he's always looked a good bet at home against the smaller clubs, you know? He got a hat-trick against Huddersfield, and now Fulham are visiting, so the Cottagers haven't been that impressive lately. The defence has been a bit shaky. Because, they had to keep a clean sheet, and they conceded 2+ goals in each of the last 4 games. So...
Jeez, like it. Okay.
You must remember, this was fresh from the international break because he didn't play for Argentina, didn't travel, nothing.
What?
Ready to go. Okay.
That's weird. I mean, considering the form he's on and everything, and they don't pick him, he doesn't play in an Argentina team. Yeah, okay. Okay, cool. When I'm having a look at the stats here, I mean, obviously his underlying stats are pretty good. Attempted assists, he's got 10. Shots outside the box, 8. I mean, he's clearly the forward. And I mean, maybe my only concern is, wouldn't you say it's valid concern is about rotation maybe in that City lineup?
You might think so, but he started with Jesus in the last couple of games. So.
Oh, okay. So he's blessed. In other words, he's blessed.
Yeah.
So okay. So he's a solid. So he's a solid pick then. Okay. Next one. Let's talk about Hazard. So. Okay. What's the big deal with Hazard?
Well, form in the last, he's the only player to deliver points in the opening 4 games. You know?
What? Really?
He's back to that. I watched him in that last game. He's back to that form of Hazard where he was basically slaloming past players. You know, that confidence seems to be back. He seems to be liking this manager that he's with. That's for sure.
Yeah, okay.
And also the fact that both of Belgium's games during the international break. So he's on top form this one.
Okay, great. And I mean, who are they playing this week? Are they playing?
They're playing.
Yes, I believe they are playing. I believe they are playing. They are playing Cardiff at home. Yeah.
I thought so, Cardiff. Yeah.
Yeah, compared to Fulham at home. For Aguero. Okay. Let's go to our next choice there, which is.
Well, the next one there you can see is Alonso.
Yeah, actually, I was actually questioning that. Like, okay, so I won't lie, I've heard a lot about, like, I watched the midweek the fantasy league show from the UK, and even they were talking about Alonso. So I mean, like, that's a weird pick. Well, why Alonso?
Well, you know what, you would think so that it's a weird pick, but it's just because you are so used to captaining forward players who are getting you points. But I mean, this guy's got, in his last 4 games, he got 11, 13, 11, 9. That's more points than... okay, put it this way here. In the last game, he got 9 points. As captain, he would have got 18. Aguero got 6. He's 6.8, and Aguero's 11.
Whoa.
So I think our reasoning is mainly in our head, because if you just told me that, listen, I've got a player that scored 11, 13, 11, and 9 in his last 4 game weeks, would you consider captaining him? I would normally say yes. But then if you had to tell me he's a defender, something my brain just computes and says, no. Does not compute. Do not captain the defender.
Yeah, well, that's almost a rule, but, isn't there a rule about that? Never pick a defender.
But, I think it was never Captain Nicky Butt. Never Captain
Nicky Butt. Oh my word! You're rolling back the years. Okay, let's move on to Salah. Now Salah, I mean, come on, that's like surely he's a pick of note. Like, he hasn't quite. I don't know if he's quite performed yet, but give me your motivation.
Look, he's the standard midfielder for threat in the ICT index over the 4 game weeks, right?
Okay.
He scored only 2 goals,
Mm-hmm.
but he's got like that ICT index of his is 278, which is like 100 more clear than any other midfielder. He's got like 19 shots and 12 of them inside the box. This was waiting to explode. Yeah, there's something that's going to happen.
Yeah.
Really.
Do you think
he's
that
on top for the big chances in midfield with 5? So, even he's going to pay off. It's going to pay out somewhere somehow.
Yeah, but I mean the fixtures are. But
Fair enough, but I think Liverpool are strong enough to be able to negotiate. Klopp has been there for a while. He knows his squad. He knows how to rotate his players. He will be able to handle this here. I don't know what the results will be, but I know I don't think they're in fear of it.
Okay, fair enough. When I look at the stats, I can see like he's actually attempted more assists than any of the other picks, and he's in terms of stats, he's definitely up there. He just hasn't, put it away yet. And I mean, I agree with you. He's gonna explode, but against Spurs, I mean, this is a big game. Like Liverpool will prove their title credentials from this point onwards.
Look, last season I remember saying also Liverpool are playing Man City. Are they really going to do anything? And they were undefeated against them the whole season. So
okay,
they have the potential to do that. I mean, if you take just one small aspect of it, that these guys finally do really believe that they have a team that can win the league, and I don't see why they can't. I mean, they've got the manpower. It's just the way they're going to negotiate their fixtures and rotate their players.
Yeah. So, I mean, I would say if anybody is picking Liverpool players, really need to maybe hold off this week and see how they perform against Spurs, because that'll kind of tell us. I mean, away from home, big team. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
Let's move on to our next captain pick, and actually, I'm a little surprised by this one. Pereira from Watford, right? Why Pereira?
Well, Pereira's been on form. His price has risen by 0.3, so that should tell you already how many people are bringing him into their squads. And only Salah and Mane have betted his 9 shots inside the penalty area.
Really?
Even though it's a tough game. Look, it's a tough game against United, but if there was ever a time to be playing United whilst Watford are in the top 5 of the table and we are 10th, this would be the right time. I mean, that form that Watford are on, you can't ignore it.
Bruh, every time you bring up United, I get a heartburn nowadays.
Hey, call a spade a spade.
Yeah.
This is fantasy.
So you would say just purely for him, it's purely about form, because the stats don't really set. I mean, they don't set him apart, and you'd be taking a massive chance if you go with this guy.
I suppose, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Just before we go off of the captain choices, because I really want to. I mean, the Alonso thing. Clearly, the internet is buzzing on Twitter. A lot of people are like, they want to take a chance, especially those people like I won't mention team names, that need to catch up with the leaders of their local leagues, and maybe it's worth taking a chance. I mean, can we bring up like? I just was looking at his stats here. No, this is Hazard. We are looking for Mr. Alonso over here. So, looking at his heat map.
Wow.
This guy.
Map so red in the opposition half of the field. I mean, really, that says something.
Yeah. He's clearly making it. I mean, so many attempts and the number of touches that he's taken at 403. Isn't that a little unusual for a defender?
Well, he's so much involved in the gameplay that's the reason for it.
Okay.
Look at that. 288 passes.
Yeah.
Wow. And
it's not like he's shirking his defensive responsibilities. I mean, if you look at the clearances there, he's still making his clearances and tackles. So, wouldn't that make him like a definitely with bonus points? Actually, do you mind if I just quickly bring up his points over here? Let's just look at him. I mean, in terms of bonus points, yeah, you can see. I mean, he's definitely attracting the bonus points.
Oh yeah.
Damn. So would you say if you were gonna take a chance, like a total chance, then Alonso would be like to try and catch up with your league leaders?
Yes.
Okay. But in terms for us now, for our team, who are you going with captain? I know you've put Aguero up front there. I mean, maybe because he was the most obvious choice. But who are you settling on with captain?
Look, Aguero's the safe pick, and I'd say Hazard is the sword pick, if I can put it that way.
Okay. So you would go. Who would you go with? I'm pressing you.
I'd go with Hazard.
Hazard. Okay.
It's purely because he's on penalty duties as well.
Penalty duties. Whoa.
This weekend they'll be featuring the VAR in the 3 o'clock matches.
What?
They're doing a testing. Yeah, they said in the start of the season they wanted to, but now they're going to do testing this weekend, all the 3 o'clock matches. So Chelsea's one of the 3 o'clock matches. Let's hope they get a VAR penalty.
Yes. Yo, that's TV time for Hazard, yo. TV time.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sold. I'm on Hazard. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So, right. The other thing I wanted to speak to you about. Hey, speaking about catching up to league leaders. Obviously, during the international break, we decided to play our wild card, and the reason that we decided to play the wild card, I got inspired by something.
Okay, let me see what inspired you.
I'll show you now. Let me bring it up there. I saw something online that made me decide I must play my wild card.
Okay, arrows are red. Captain picks hard. Points so low. Engage wild card.
Yeah,
and so is that Captain Picard? Is that Jean-Luc Picard from Star Trek? Or
yeah. And you can see he's holding his down there. Because if I look at our team last week, I mean, I won't say it was 100% all happiness,
There's three lines there that are true. I mean, that Captain picks hard. I was trying to make it easier for you, but Guerrero couldn't make it easier for us.
Yeah, and I mean, he definitely didn't. And I mean, if you look at our team here, we've got a bunch of dead weight, and we need to remove them.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a good few teams that just need to get out of our squad. For example,
the strategy looks like
yeah. So I wanted us to focus on like a couple of more teams that like wildcard teams that like where you should get your players from. So you tell me if you agree with I've obviously said things like we should maybe focus a bit more on look at Arsenal, although Mkhitaryan definitely screwed us. Chelsea got good. Obviously they've got some decent fixtures coming up and they're on form. City have good fixtures. Liverpool, their fixtures are iffy. Spurs, yeah, I mean we have to keep a watch on Kane. Leicester and Everton is the one team I think we're jumping off that bandwagon now, right? So
yeah.
Okay, let me just go straight to our team that we've picked, and you can just talk us through it. So obviously,
it looks so much better.
Oh yeah, definitely, way better than before. So let me actually just pull up. This is the strategy that we used for our team to pick here. I'm gonna just pull it up now.
Let's see. And if I'm right, the same one we used in the start of the season, just our individual picks were wrong.
I wouldn't necessarily say so.
We took Azpilicueta instead of taking Alonso. We could afford it either one as our premium defender.
No. I agree. If I'm looking at a strategy here, we did change one thing at least in terms of our core strategy, and that was with the goalkeeper. Going for two cheap goalkeepers instead of one premium and one cheap one. Do you agree with that?
Yeah. No, I definitely agree with that because there's things going around like maybe Edison, his wife gave birth, so he'll need some maternity leave, so he might disappear. So I don't even want to take a chance with the big guns because they're not really keeping all those clean sheets for me yet.
Okay, I agree.
And it enables to get those 3 premium defenders.
Yeah, and if I'm looking at this strategy over here, and I bring up our team again, you'll see that we've followed this pretty well. 2 cheap. Here's we've got 2 cheap goalkeepers, Hart and Begovic. We obviously looked at their fixtures to see that they are, that they rotate between each other.
Yes.
And I can just quickly bring it up. I won't go too deep into this. It's just this is like the change, the kind of the fundamental change we've made to our previous team. That and maybe what would you say is the other thing that we are gonna fix from the last time? In terms of, say, the players we picked?
I think it's mostly individual picks. I didn't really think there was much wrong besides the goalkeeper part of it, and the rest seemed to be fine with our premium defenders. Because that's the shape it's been taking this season. The guys with Mendy, Alonso, Robertson have been really getting the points at the back.
Agreed. So you can see those fixtures are kind of the opposite. Like it's where Begovic is a home away, home away. This one's away home, away home. So we'll play them at their home ground because I mean that's where they really get their points. And the goalkeepers have mostly been disappointing, the big expensive ones.
And the rest of their team, barring Silva, would explain itself into there because everybody else is on form. You can see the blue star next to their name. I mean, you don't get that for nothing.
Yeah, so we're definitely going for like form teams, form players, like, and then we've got a couple of players in there who are kind of like what do I call it? They are fixture proof, you know, like the Hazards and the Agueros. I don't think we'll change from there. And of course, might have noticed, might be glaring missing there is any United players. Why do we not have any United players?
It's because there's no one in the price bracket that we can afford to take a chance on. Because if you want to take a chance on Lukaku, he's heavily going to imbalance your midfield because you're spending 11 million, whereas you could have gotten Zaha for 7, which is 4 million less. And if you're going to take Pogba in your midfield, means you have to leave out either one of the major City or Liverpool or Chelsea players.
Yeah.
And I don't think they're justifying that place quite yet.
Okay. No, I totally agree with you.
Look, we are a bit harder on United instead of, I mean, we're not supposed to play with our heart, but I mean, we're really hard on our United players usually. We want them to be scoring a lot to actually justify our place in our team.
Agreed. Okay, cool. So that's all we have for this week. Before I go, I noticed you're wearing a very nice looking shirt there. I don't recognize that. What is that?
Oh, yes, man. Yes. I recently won a competition with KHL and United to host a game. So I got a couple of buddies together, a couple of ladies together, and we had a guys versus girls match. And it should be on YouTube soon as part of the DHL United Red Tour.
Wow.
So that was great.
Okay. And where'd you actually get it? Did you have to buy it or?
No. It's the kit that they provide you with from DHL and United to host the match. All I had to do was get the players. They gave me the kit. They gave me the ball. They gave me the nets. And yeah, everybody played and had a good time.
Yes. See, okay. And I wasn't invited.
Because I mean, without Dado's help, I don't think I would have pulled this thing on. But yeah, he had a great time. Everybody had a great time. We will be putting out videos and pictures on our Twitter page and on YouTube. So
yeah,
you can check it out.
Okay, no.
Yeah, it was awesome. I mean, at a time when United were doing so terrible, I got to win something with them and reinvigorate my little love for them.
Oh, okay. Well, hopefully, that will come through and you'll win something. You win something even more from there, and I look forward to seeing that video. Anyway,
yeah.
Cheers and good luck for this week. Whoa! I don't want to show this embarrassing scores here. Oh my word! Hey, I actually discovered just one more tip from anybody. If you're not doing so well, I found a way to improve your score without playing your wild card.
Huh?
Yeah, watch this, boss. I'll show you how it's done.
Oh, crookery and cheating and wait, how did Serena put it? You stealing points. Yes, you are stealing my points. Oh no.
This game is sexist, okay? Because clearly they could put 104 points there when I clearly have 143, okay?
Oh, they're gonna boot us out of the game for doing this here.
No, not at all. Shh. Okay. Anyway, check you out next week, man.
Okay, cool.